Hi guys! So, another day of maths. After an amazing start to fractions yesterday, well done to all of you. I was amazed at how well you did with equivalent fractions. So hopefully we can move on today to look at improper fractions and mixed numbers, and it will be just as amazing as the work we did yesterday. So, an improper fraction is just a fraction which has the top number bigger than the bottom number. Okay, so it's top heavy. So, for example, that could be 8/3. Okay, it is improper because the top number is bigger than the bottom. This is saying that we have 8 thirds. How many thirds make a whole? Well, a whole that is cut up into 3, so 3 pieces make a whole. So as in your work yesterday, 3/3 equals 1 whole. We have here 8/3. So that is an improper fraction because it is too heavy at the top. A mixed number is where you have both whole numbers, both integers, a whole number, and a fraction. So 3½ That is a mixed number. Okay, so that is the terminology, the vocabulary that we will need today. Improper fractions, where the top number, the numerator, is bigger than the denominator, and mixed numbers, where you have a whole number, an integer, with a fraction. So, the work that you are going to be doing today is converting from improper fractions to mixed numbers. Okay, so we need to be able to do this both ways. So today, you're going to be working on how an improper number, an improper fraction, becomes a mixed number. So, oh, that's a really bad line. Sorry, guys. In your work today, you are going to be converting 8/3 into a mixed number. So, we have, this is cut up into 3, this is cut up into 3, and this is cut up into 3. So, we have to do our bars, which are in thirds, they're in 3 equal parts, and there are 8 of them. So we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 8 thirds, and we have 1/3 that is not coloured in. Remember, your bars must be equal, and they must be in 3 parts, because that's what our denominator is telling us. So we have 3 bars in 3 parts. So because we have 8/3, we have 2 full bars, so we have 2 wholes and 2/3 left. So 8/3 is the same as having the mixed number of 2 whole and 2/3. These two are your 2 whole because they are completely shaded in, and these ones are your 2 parts, your 2/3. So let's do another one. So if we had, sorry, my pen fall off the table if you had that, 7 2s or 7/2, it could be the same thing. So this time we might have circles. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4/2, 5, 6/2, 7, 8/2. Now remember, although we've got 8, each one has to be split equally into 2. So we want to colour in 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have 1, 2, 3 wholes. That's our big number, and 1/2 left. So that is basically what your work is going to be today. Draw diagrams, draw things that are going to help you. And actually, I think when we're doing this, drawing bars is probably the easiest. So if you're drawing your bar, look at your numerator, or your denominator, sorry, which might be 4, and make sure your bar is split into 4 equal parts. If this is 9, you think, well, I've got 4 there. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to draw another bar so I have more than enough to do 9. And then you shade your 9 quarters in. 8, 9. We have 9 shaded. So we have 1, 2 whole ones, and 1 quarter. A way that you can check that, for those that like to challenge yourself, is this number times this number is 8, plus that one is 9. That's also a way for you to check, okay? So, they're the sort of fluency questions you're going to have today. The only other thing I'm going to quickly go through is one of the reasoning questions. Now, you might be asked why this is wrong, okay? So, 42 over 4 equals 4 and 2 quarters. You might be asked a question a bit like this, which is going to say, why is this person wrong? Well, when we look at this, they kind of look really similar. Okay, they've got the same numbers, but this one is an integer. It is a whole number. That is a whole number. So it's not the same as 40 up there. So this means 42 over 40. Over 4, sorry. So if you have 42, let's start thinking about our times tables. Now, 42 isn't in this 4 times table, so that doesn't quite work. But 40 is. So if we had 40 over 4, think of this line as meaning divided by. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So 40 over 4 is 10 whole things, whole pizzas, whole cakes, okay? If you had 40 pieces cut up into 4, you would have 10 wholes. 40 divided by 4. And you've still got these 2 extras. So that means you then have 2 quarters left. So this one here is actually 10 wholes and 2 quarters. Then let's have another think about this one. So if you had 4 wholes, let's draw this. I might have to rub this bit out. If you had 4 wholes, I'll do them quite small so hopefully you can see them all. In 4 pieces. So there's your 4 wholes in 4 pieces. How many pieces would you have altogether? So you'd have 4, 8, 12, 16. So this is actually the same as 4 times 4. That is 16 whole. Okay? So if you draw your diagram to help you, if you had 4 holes of bars made up of 4 pieces, if that makes sense, it sounds really complicated. 4 bars, because it's saying you've got 4 holes, and each of them is cut up into 4. So you have 4, 8, 12, 16. And actually this is the same as having 16 parts. So 16 parts plus 2. So this one is actually the same as saying, as being 18 over 4, okay? Hope you can see that at the bottom. So you could have proved it either way. So this one, by saying, well, that can't be that, because 42 over 4 means we have got 10 wholes plus 2 quarters left. Or by saying with this one, well, 4 wholes mean that we have 16 parts, and then we have 2 extra parts, so we have 18 parts over 4 instead. So they are not the same. Now I might have really made that sound more complicated than it is. I hope I didn't. But you could work out either way. You wouldn't need to do both, and probably working out this way is simpler But once you start drawing bars to help you and making sure you've got them into equal parts, you will be able to fly through today's work. So have an amazing day. Give this a go. Any questions? I am obviously here all day with Mrs. Ballard, and I will also see you all on Zoom at 1:30 today. So that'll be amazing. I can't wait to see you then. Bye.